Hello, GN. Good evening, wherever you are. Hey, Lucio, how you doing, my friend?
Hello.
So it's been quite a while. It's been since we done our last governance call. We tried to do them on the month. Sadly, we had to push it a little bit further down the road because everybody was in Buenos Aires during Devconnect and staking summit, so it wasn't really a good time to do this call. But anyhow, we really wanted to get the chance for the dust to settle, and more importantly, for us to make much better use of everyone's time and much clearer roadmap for us of what's to come for the month of December. Anyhow, so without further ado, my name is Claudio, co-founder with Lucio of Meta Pool. It's a multi-chain liquid staking DAO. And this is one of the big changes that's going to be happening in the next coming months. What Meta Pool is, what Meta Pool does. We will continue to drive decentralization. That's at the core of our vision. But definitely one of the biggest changes that we realized this year was that we're making tools. That's what we are. The DAO concept, I think it's still a work in progress. I think, and I was seeing some tweets a couple of days ago about Uniswap Foundation and Uniswap Labs, right? And I think it's a testament that not even if you have the funding, can guarantee that you will do governance, that you will be able to do proper governance. But anyhow, maybe that's something of a fireside chat we need to be scheduling before the end of the year, or maybe at the beginning of January. But for us, we have continued to build during this pseudo bull market. But more importantly for us is building value for our users, and I think that's what we're here to do. And that's what the whole team got together in Buenos Aires and really discussed. But more importantly for us is just this is a way to continue to build in this very interesting industry. And more so than an industry or a market, it's kind of like it's still a community-driven technological innovation, right? I think that's kind of like the misfits started it all, right? And it's now getting more exposure into traditional finance or centralized finance. Corporations are getting in. We have a great announcement coming for next year. We would have loved to have it this year, but we are kind of holding it back a little bit and just trying for this partnership to mature. But we're really excited about what's coming for 2026. Anyhow, Lucio, any comments about Devconnect and Buenos Aires 2 weeks ago?
No, I was just thinking exactly the same thing that you were talking about. We need that fireside chat, and it is something that was like created during the Devconnect and the Offsite of the team. When you start to think about what are we really doing, what is really the result of the system. Let's say, what are we producing? So I would love to have that fireside chat with the entire community, with the entire community, in order to be more, to express exactly what we are doing with facts. That would be the idea of the fireside chat.
Yeah, I think for a GM from Indonesia. Well, I don't think it's morning over there, but good evening, Eko Subayo. Bapak, thank you very much for coming. Lucas, hey, Mexi, regards all the way to Monterrey. MK7, cheers. Udoka as well. Sky Empire all the way from Venezuela. Thank you very much for coming here. Luz as well. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. So we'll get started. Francisco, you want to go to the next slide? And
By the
let's
way,
push the agenda. Yeah.
Claudio, please, it's always good morning in Web3. There's no such thing as an afternoon. Yeah.
Exactly. You got me that one. You got me there, Lucio, for sure. So this is governance call number 24. And so, yes, we will be sharing a couple of prices here. We're trying to make everyone's worthwhile coming in here into our governance call and make it really just make it a twist, right? It's not all seriousness. Yes, we're talking about serious facts, but at the end of the day, there's going to be a quiz prize by the end of this governance call. $100 is the full prize. I think you know the dynamics there, right? Okay, so this is the agenda. We got MPIP or Meta Pool Improvement Proposal number 20 implementation. Oh, so that's ready. It's ready to go live. We got Meta Pool Improvement Proposal number 19. Next steps, right? Node Studio cohort number 2. Really excited about this one. Alan is coming in. He's gonna make us make a little bit of a TLDR on House of Stake. We have a new head of governance there that was recently appointed. We had a chance to talk with her during the near ecosystem call. So that's something we really want to discuss with you and everyone. Hey, Panda team, good to have you here. Bonjour. And buy and lock mpDAO feature is now going to be live as well. So there's a couple of stuff that we're building all the way from Jakarta. Thank you very much for coming in here as well. So, okay, let's go into MPIP 20. Next. Okay, so MPIP 20, simplify buyback implementation. Please scan the QR code so you can look into the details. This is a little bit of the TLDR, but I'll leave you here, Lucio, for you to explain a little bit on why we did this change, why we're going back into distributing mpDAO. I know there was a lot of conversations and comments from the community, right? Of them not getting near liquid, right? And for them to go through to go through the near mpDAO pool to get near and then maybe get stables. At the end of the day, folks, I think it's very important. We've done our fair share for all the value to be accrued by the users, right? By the governance participants. But we realize
right now, $1.76 million were paid to active voters in the history of Meta Pool.
Exactly. And I think we did an analysis on that, right? Like we distributed all of this. How much did it went back into the system? And the numbers were not matching, right? And it was just a one-sided street. And so we need to be very mindful that if we want to continue to build sustainable systems and value accrual to come back into the token, even though, yes, there's going to be sell pressure and whatnot and market dynamics, but at the end of the day, we need to build that sustainability from day one, right? Because it's not sustainable for us to put all the value back into the users and no value is coming back into the system. And with that, I'll leave you, Lucio, to discuss this as well.
No, I was thinking an analogy that maybe it's easier to understand. If you think about volume is the amount of movement that a token has, and all of us, we are, let's say, we are part of the DAO. I was trying to think if there's an English phrase for tenemos la camiseta puesta. That is mean we are wearing the t-shirt.
You're wearing you're wearing the team's colors, right? Like same thing I'm doing right now. This is a baseball team from Mexico, right? I'm wearing the team's colors, right? I'm proud of that, and I go through that process. But anyhow, go right ahead, Lucio.
The same applies to a DAO. I think if you decide to participate in the DAO, let's say, okay, I'm gonna dedicate some time, I'm gonna try to make the DAO grow, I'm gonna participate, I'm gonna communicate. That is what Claudio was mentioning when he said that there's a lot of coming out of the DAO for whoever is a member, but there's not many, let's say, things coming back into the DAO to make it grow for everybody. So going back to volume, volume is the amount of trade that a token has. We were distributing mpDAO and STNear, but if you are trying to make the best possible for the DAO, it doesn't make sense. The idea is for you to distribute the token of the DAO. So imagine there's two streams of water. One is STNear and the other is mpDAO. It was silly to just distribute STNear. It's way better to make the STNear buy mpDAO in the market and then distribute the mpDAO. At the end of the day, it is maybe the same plus a few trades, because if you wanted, I don't know, the STNear, or you wanted NEAR, or you want USDT, a stablecoin, you anyway need to change whatever the DAO distributed into what you want. Maybe it's Bitcoin, maybe whatever. But now we are making the entire stream of reward to pass through mpDAO. So that's why everybody's getting mpDAO. And if you need to sell it, you can add it as liquidity. You can lock it to receive more the next third day of the month. So I think it's a no-brainer to buy mpDAO from the market and distribute instead of distributing any other token if we are a DAO. Because if you are the DAO, if you are part of the DAO, you should be interested into adding more activity and volume and utility to the DAO token. So for me, MP20 is a no-brainer. And if you are complaining that you need to do one more exchange of tokens, it's at this point it's silly. With near intents and with all the easy ways that you have to swap tokens, it doesn't make sense to complain about MP20. And it is point two, it is a simplification because now we distribute a single token. So it's easy peasy, let's say.
Yeah, I think it's just for many of our long-time governance participants, right? I think this is a change that might change your daily dynamic, right? In how you're accruing value, but it also the issue here is the following: that we wanted what was the virtuous loop, and maybe this is a lesson learned for us, right? And maybe coming forward, as I said before, we need to do this fireside chat on more on governance specific issues, right? Or, well, this is a governance call, so we should be discussing this, but maybe we have more time and we can go into the specifics, right? In like how the mechanisms work, right? What's and put it kind of like in plain English. For us, what the outcome of the past system was that, hey, I got STNear. I want to get more STNear. Well, I have two options. You either stake more near, right? Make the TVL go up so you get more distribution on your side, or get mpDAO and vote. Sadly, that kind of worked in the first phase, maybe 3 months in, but then it kind of trickled down and died down. And so we were, and don't get me wrong, there's a couple of people that made good use of the system. Maybe, and I will say, I won't state that it was abused, but I will state that it wasn't a two-way street. And so that's the big realization that we came to conclusion this year, where we say, okay, 2026, let's start with a clean slate. Let's work toward driving value to the governance token and then work it from there, right? And we acknowledge this. There's been a couple of unlocks and it's fine, right? That's the dynamic. and we wish this person's the best of luck as well, right? Like if they want to leave the governance, that's fine. That is something that it's a natural process of building something that hasn't been built, right? And so very important here is that we will continue to drive this iteration as far as we can take it. Like we're here to build for the long run, and we feel that this is a approach to reset the agenda and then move forward into distributing in a much level playing field, right? And so let's take it one step at a time. And so anyhow, go scan the QR code. If you have any questions, please raise tickets on our Discord. There's a governance section as well in the Discord. Come and discuss. And let's create just kind of like a few bullet points, and then we'll have a fireside chat so we can address specific points in of your comments. Next, Francisco. So we get a quick thing here. So why did we do Meta Pool Improvement 20 and not the 19? Well, it takes a little bit more time. It's not something trivial, right? Making changes into it. And the biggest change that we have this year is now we're going to have delegates. And I think this is a great opportunity for folks to really create momentum on initiatives that you feel strongly about, right? And I think this is a good signal for us, because at the end of the day, we are going to have a small amount of delegates. We're not going to have hundreds, right? But at least we'll have 10, 20. That's kind of like the goal here. And that they're individuals or organizations that are interested to move forward what Meta Pool is all about. And then this is the biggest change that we're going to be doing next year. We're not going to stay as an infrastructure partner for protocols or an LST provider. We are changing, and this is a little bit of an alpha for everybody. And our mission is that we're going to build tools to empower sovereign individuals in what we're calling frontier markets. Because that's what we're doing right now. It's like we're allowing folks that are in many parts of the world to accrue value from a system, right? This system is put in place to help them, right? And we've done this with numerous grants, initiatives to support projects in the AI space, in specific protocols. We have a scholarship which we are like really bullish about, and it's supporting research in frontier markets through the help of the University of Zurich Blockchain Center. And so this is a great opportunity, and this is something that we're not profiting off. This is something that the DAO is supporting in order to make this industry in frontier markets a reality, right? It's like, yes, there's a couple of big projects coming in from Indonesia, a couple of big projects coming from Malaysia, right? But at the end of the day, like it's maybe 100 people are getting the upside of that. But what about the rest? And more importantly, what about universities and researchers, right? And so that's something we're really excited about. And so delegates we feel that it's a venue for this type of researchers to become delegates, for them to start proposing improvements into our DAO and take it from there, right? So really excited about this. Yes, Lucy, you want to go a little bit into the technicalities of it? Because
this was
more
this was a proposal from DAO. DAO is part of the DAO since ancient times. I think even before launching into mainnet, DAO is a OG of the Neo ecosystem. And it is more complex to develop because we need to create the concept of delegates in the contracts, and the possibility of multiple people to, instead of voting for a particular thing, you are delegating your voting power to somebody that you trust, and they can be on the day-to-day information required in order to vote in the benefit of the DAO. That is the idea. And that governance kind of discussions are even in crypto Twitter. They are now very present. There's some, I think, Vitalik talking about governance in SEC, and you say in Swap. It's not something that is easy to implement, and I think delegates is a good way to solve a problem in governance. Because the initial idea of governance is that each one of the individual members of the DAO will be 100% on top of the issues, so they will be able to vote. And that is not real. That is an illusion. Not everybody can be 100% of the time aware of the issues of the DAO. So the delegates allows you to, let's say, pay attention to the DAO for a couple of days, see what it's doing, see what your delegate is doing, and then decide if this is a good delegate or not. But you don't need to be day after day on the details of all the governance of the DAO. So I think it's a very good proposal. We are completing that proposal because that proposal was to just delegate and just delegate the voting power, and the delegate get paid with a percentage of the fees. We are adding something else on top, is that, for example, the delegate can decide to distribute rewards. And hear me out on this. Not only you can see that being a delegate as a job, that's good, and maybe for some of the community that's a good idea, and for some, but there's other part of the community that can say no. I I can be a delegate, I can distribute vote, and I can allocate that voting power in the best way for the DAO and to generate rewards. Because remember, if you have voting power, you can add a stake to a validator, and adding a stake to a validator implies rewards. So we wanted to go both ways, and you will have the option also to create a reward in order for the delegators. Let's say you can be a delegate. You know that you can generate good rewards, make good use of that voting power. Then you can say, okay, if you delegate the voting power to me, I will distribute, I don't know, 100 NEAR in the following month, because you know that you can use that voting power to generate, I don't know, 200 NEAR. So this is some kind of rewards. It's like delegating your voting power in exchange for reward. So we want to have both things. You delegate in order for the delegate to perform a job and get a reward, and you can also delegate and get rewards on top of that if the person that is using the voting power is generating enough rewards to distribute some. So it is complex. It requires the possibility to delegate, and it requires the possibility of creating these rewards on top of delegating. I think this is a win-win for everybody. There's multiple options to become a delegate, and also it will create another stream of revenue for the mpDAO holders. If you have mpDAO, now you can lock it and get paid every 3 of the month, participate, vote, and even now you will be able to delegate your voting power and get rewards in return. So complex, that's why it's taking a little more time, but I believe we will be able to do it before the end of the year.
Yeah, I think it's just it takes time, right? And we do want to do this on. We need to understand right now that our governance system starts to grow, and yes, we are adding some complexities into it. We need to be careful where we touch, how we touch it, and how we make changes into the system. So just be mindful of that. Like I said, it's just it takes. Rome wasn't built overnight, so it takes a village, right? And in this case, it takes the dev team a little bit more time into it. But anyhow, okay, Francisco, let's go to the other one. Next slide. So this is something really interesting, right? This is something that got started back in Dubai this year, right? We announced the Node Studio platform. And with this, we announced the Node Studio. Oh, sorry, there's a couple of questions here. Sorry. From Eco, is there any additional rewards by delegating voting power? Not right now. I think it's something that we can discuss further down the road. And I think this is something that can we put in extra rewards there.
The idea is when this is in when we release this MP19 implementation, you will be able to receive rewards for delegating voting power. That is the idea. But the rewards will come from the delegate himself, correct? Imagine this is the use case, and it is related to Node Studio. You are one of the participants of Node Studio, means you are running a validator. Means that the more stake you receive in your validator, the more rewards, but not rewards, Meta Pool rewards. You are getting validation rewards. That is like 10 times more that Meta Pool receives. Let's say, let me explain it. If you have a stake, you receive like right now 4.5% APY annually. That's why it's APY. From that percentage that you receive from the network, you distribute as a validator. You distribute 90% more or less to the stakers, and you get 10%. From that 10% that the validator receives, Meta Pool gets a sub 10%. It's like 1% of the total. It's very, very small amount. But this means that the validator keeps 90% of all the staking reward. So if you understand this dynamic of rewards, you can say, okay, if I can get 5 million voting power, I can get X amount of NIR more into my validator stake by the automated staker. So I will get X amount of NIR at the end of the year as a staking reward. So that person that is running a validator, one of the Node Studio participants, can say, okay, I will distribute half of that with the people that give me the voting power. So in that regard, he or she can create a rewarded delegation of voting power, and then if you are a mpDAO holder and you have voting power, you can delegate that voting power to the node operator, and node operator will give you part of the rewards every month. That is the idea. So if I understood the answer correctly, yes, you will have an extra revenue stream just by holding voting power. And that extra revenue stream will come from node operators. Sorry, Claudio, I don't know if I'm making this a little confusing or is understandable. Okay. Maybe we will prepare.
Sorry, I was looking. I was not unmuting. No. I think it's important, and this is kind of like a realization as we go, right? We need to make better. We have a partnership with Lernier Club, right? And a shout out to Lernier. I think we need to leverage that one a little bit more, in the sense that we explain to folks how the delegate system works. We explain to folks how MPIP-28 also works. And I think this is something that should be ongoing. It's been a little bit nerve-wracking all this couple of weeks, but I think give us time and for us to start to create this content, and more importantly, understand your comments as well, so we can address them in
Pachi, deja a Lucio comentar, por favor.
Lucio, you need to mute your mic.
Yeah, sorry. Problems.
You know, home working from home has its challenges sometimes. Anyhow, Lucio went offline. There we go, back online, and somebody got yelled at. It's part of the
reality, my friend.
This is reality.
It's not only good morning every time in Web3, it's always home. Yeah.
That's the greatest blooper of all time. We're closing 2025 with a bang. So anyhow, so let's look into this. Let's go into Node Studio program. Please, next slide. I think Mexi had a question, right? Can we still enter the Node program? So we're this is cohort number 2. Cohort number 2 is closed now. Very important. Reach out to us because there's some participants that do not meet the requirements or their KPIs, or people or reality or life happens and then they cannot continue to be part of the program. And we're opening up slots as we progress. So do reach out to us, open up a ticket in our Discord, and just say, hey, I want to be part of this, right? And the team will send you a form. You can fill it out. Sorry that this is not something that it's not ongoing, so we don't have a web page where people are coming up to us. What I would say is you can run your node, right? Like nodestudio.metapool.app. You can sign up, set up a node, less than $30 a year, a month, sorry, less than $30 a month, and get started. It's a really cheap way to run this, right? There is a caveat there. You do need the seed price. Right now, I think it's around like 9,000 near, so it's close to $9,000. I understand that that's a big ask. But anyhow, let's just try to keep things in motion. And let's be open. If you have a proposal, just like again, raise a ticket, discuss with us how we can help out. Maybe we can help out with the initial seed price. But anyhow, let's just keep the conversation going there. There's going to be a space. So with this is cohort number 2 has happening. We onboarded 64 new validator nodes. We're right now near protocol blockchain has more than 370 active validator nodes. This is the all-time high of validators on the network. And this is thanks to this program, right? And so we're really excited about this. 379 right now.
Yeah, and
as of right now.
337 Meta Pool is staking.
Exactly. And so this is something really, really exciting. Next week, we got an X space with cohort validators. So be part of the conversation, share the information. And more importantly is that we are here to support decentralization. That's at the core of what Meta Pool does. And so for us, one of the biggest things that we do is how can we make it easy for anyone to run a validator node? And so right now it's starting with Near. We are hopeful that we can onboard other node operators on different blockchains because we want to bring this to the masses, right? Running a node, fully operational node for less than $30 a month is super cheap. So really, really excited about this. And just here for anyone that wants to learn more, scan the QR code, sign up on the Luma page, and let's and see you on December 9th at 2 p.m. UTC time. So really excited about this one. Anyhow, Francisco, you want to go for the next one? Next slide. Okay, so the Meta Pool buybacks. This is really good one, right? So we bought more than 1.6 million mpDAO. Scan the QR code. That's, I think it's a Twitter thread or an X thread where we get all the information around it. Everything is on chain. If you go to stats.metapool.app, Francisco, please send that link over on YouTube and also on X so folks can see all the on-chain information. And this is something that I think, not to pull more of our strengths, but we're kind of pioneers in this one, right? It's like everything we do, we put it on chain. Everything is transparent, traceable, and so I think it's some of the stuff that we're really excited about working and building on top of Web3. And so anyhow, so yeah, there you go. Stats.metapool.app. You can go to the governance side. Now back into going into development. Next slide. So buy and lock mpDAO. I think this is something we're really excited about. I'm sorry for the screenshot. I know it looks ugly. It's just been that was supposed to be a video. But anyhow, so Lucio, you want to go and describe what we built, what the team built over the last 6 to 8 weeks. Go right ahead.
Yes, yes. The idea was to simplify uh, how you can vote. And since we are also adding this MPIP 19 option to delegate voting power, for example, let's say somebody creates a reward for delegating voting power, and you want to participate. It was complex because you need to go to REA, buy mpDAO, go back to Meta Pool, lock the mpDAO, get the voting power, then go and delegate the voting power. So we try to put all this, go back and forth in a single thing. And now when you are going to, when you will want to delegate voting power or vote for a validator or use voting power, you will be able to just use USDT, USDC, NEAR, ST-NEAR itself to buy, unlock, and vote all in the same transaction. So from the point of view, if you try to simplify it, the explanation even more, it's like you can vote with USDC, USDT, NEAR, and other tokens. It's quite simple. The transaction goes, buys the mpDAO from the market, lock it, gets your voting power, and vote all in just one click. I think that that's a very, very nice way to simplify and way to onboard people. Let's say you want some of your friends or people you know to participate into the DAO. Is the easiest way to enter. Let's say you don't need to do much. Just you can buy mpDAO, lock and vote with USDT in a single click. That is the final result of this system. And for example, when we implement MPIP 19, you will be able to, let's say, if you come in with USDT, you will, in a single transaction, end up delegating voting power to somebody uh, just with a single click. And it means that at the end of the month, you will get the mpDAO rewards and the extra reward if that delegate is distributing rewards all automatically, and you only started or arrived to the Meta Pool website with USDT or USDC.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Lucio. So we're coming a little bit on time. So we're it's important, if you have any questions right now, do send it over on X or on YouTube. One of the biggest things that we're excited here is that we're trying to, not trying, we're building tools to onboard sovereign individuals in frontier markets, right? We're trying to simplify this process. We will be launching 2 new products next year as well. Not part of Meta Pool. I want to be very clear about that one. But it is projects that we felt came into this ethos of how can we onboard more people into what we're calling DeFi or Web3 or decentralized applications, right? And I think we needed, the realization was hard because we're trying to do, and don't get me wrong, really big shout out to all of ambassadors and node runners that are here. I see Rene is one of them. I see Sky Empire here, right? Mexi is also has been part of the grants program as well. Of course, we have Max One. Jem, I don't know. I think I haven't seen him here. And a couple of folks coming in from Jakarta as well, and Indonesia. So really, really from Goja. Thank you very much, Fitri, for coming in. Um, uh, and so, how can we make things much simpler for folks, right? Um, and I think the most important part is that we understand that we're part of a larger ecosystem. Alan is gonna be coming here. He's a little bit feeling blue, so let's hopeful he's good to go. There you go. Okay, there's Jem coming in from Meta Pool Vietnam. Thank you very much, Jem, for coming in here. Big shout out. So governance is something we're really excited about. I know that there's a lot of question marks around it, and it's not a simple thing. It's not something that you pour money into it or resources, time, and people, and just auto magically happens. Because coordination, I think, has been one of the unsolved mysteries of humanity, right? I think when people are more coordinated, has been uh, through what we can call benevolent dictatorships, right? And so I think that's still some of the things that we will not like to go back to. But how do we empower individuals to have a voice, and how do we empower governance to support decentralized applications? But anyhow, without further ado, Alan, go right ahead. Tell us the TLDR on House of Stake.
Hello. Thank you everybody for joining this stream. I think that first of all, we are going to talk about House of Stake. House of Stake is the new NIRS governance that is currently running inside of NIR protocol. Why it is relevant? Because at Meta Pool, the largest TBL that we have is found on NIR tokens. So it's really uh, uh, tied to us the fact that we need to be involved on the things that are happening inside of the near ecosystem. So House of Stake has been evolving during the last year, but during this last month we have the announcement that there is a new head of governance joining the efforts of House of Stake. She is Angela Greitenwist. She has been participating on Token Engineering Academy. I don't know if maybe many people know this from the past years. It is really interesting because on token engineering, they have more than 5,000 students enrolled in a way to design new tokenomics for their own projects. That's a good news. On the past week, we had a call with her. I really like this narrative around making governance something useful more than something bureaucratic that we can do. I think that's something that we are all agree around the endorsed delegates. So House of Stake is active, and Francisco, I will send to you the site where people can start joining the conversation around House of Stake. It is gov.houseofstake.org. Right now, there is a sensing proposal being voted that is for defining the mission, vision, values of House of Stake. So, if you want to be part or well, I always recommend if you are a NIR holder or an ST NIR holder and you want to be part of the discussion, start now. Start joining to see what is happening inside of the governance so you can also be active on the decision making process that are happening inside of House of Stake. There you go. This is the site of House of Stake. There are a couple of proposals. If you can go directly to the proposal section. There you can see all the proposal that has been already put in vote. There are two that has passed, and in fact, there are two. You can see the sensing proposals that later become like in fact proposals that already passed. So right now we are in the time for voting this the sensing proposal of House of Stake proposal number 6. It is for mission, vision, values. There you can read all the details about it and take your own decision. In case that you don't want to have all this effort, I'm also enrolled as endorsed delegate. Francisco, can you go quickly to the voter section? In the voter section, you can find me and start delegating your votes. I will making public statements about how these proposals are, on my opinion, going to be impacting the ecosystem. So if you're interested, you can also be part of the governance by delegating your votes to myself. Remember that you can use STNIR tokens to get voting power on House of Stake. So in assets, you will be able to add your STNIR and lock them for getting BNIR. Sorry about that. And well, no more than that. I think that's like uh, the most relevant. We will be trying to work more in how we can make cooperations around House of Stake and Meta Pool. But I think we need a couple of weeks more so we can make that possible. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much, Alan, for coming in. I know you're still a little bit blue, but anyhow, hope you recover. It's that's 3 weeks of being in Argentina and eating a lot of steak, by the way. Anyhow, so frequently asked questions here, folks. If you have any questions, when steak for steak in Mexico City? Yeah, that's gonna be a good one, right? I need to coordinate with a couple of the ambassadors. But anyhow, that's surely we will be pushing something for folks to participate during December, and then we can execute in January for sure. Anyhow, okay, perfect. So more questions. Enter money you want to stake. Absurd minimum amounts per token. Feed city. Oh yes. It's how to stake on Meta Pool. Well, that's easy, Steve. You just go to metapool.app. If you have your wallet, we're supporting Ethereum, we're supporting ICP, we're supporting Solana, of course, Near, Aurora, Story blockchain as well. We got something cooking over with the Story Foundation team as well. But anyhow, I think Brian, you're ready? Let's start to shoot those questions.
Yeah, sure. Well, hi everyone. We have something prepared for you as always. So, Francisco, if you want to share the link, will be great. Let me share screen just a second. Everybody prepare your phones so you can check it. I already shared my screen. Thanks, friend. And everybody just scan the QR code or just input the numbers in the page of Kahoot. You don't require to download the app. Just insert the code. Disclaimer before start. At the end, we'll run a quiz with $100 of pool prize. Make sure to name your Kahoot with your username, with your near wallet. In case you win, you will only have 7 days to open a ticket on our Discord and claim your prize. So make sure to name yourself as your wallet, so it will be easier to get the prize. Thanks. The code is 6174035. There are a lot of prizes, guys. Make sure to join. The Kahoot is pretty simple. Is if you pay attention to this governance call, you probably will get it. This time we will not have like surprises like codes, so only your knowledge about this governance call. The number one, make sure to rename yourself as the other people .near, so it will be easier to get prize. Also, Rene, if you can put your name or your nickname as your wallet, will be great.
Nice. We're seeing a few folks coming in. Get ready for it.
So we have Anilia. Oh, there are a couple of names that I already remember from other Kahoots, like Satoshino, one of the best outsiders.
Yeah. Elon T also was last month, I remember.
Yeah, great to see you again, guys. Make sure to call your friends so more people have chance to get opportunities, especially those who are maybe afraid to start investing. That will be a great opportunity. Just a last warning for Space Rooster, and his name is, make sure to rename as your wallet so you will not have problems when you claim the prize. I think we have a good number, so we could start soon. Nice, 25 people, 26. Let's see if we can reach four more. Mm, 30 seconds and we start. Make sure to retweet the governance call. One just left. Mm. I think we wait the one just left and start. 20 seconds. Ten seconds. Now time to start. Hope all of you are in. What is the main goal of mpIP 20? Great, almost everyone answered this correct, and the main goal is simplify the buyback process. Let's see the leaderboard. Amazing job, first place. Lucalo, second place. And Jim, one of our ambassadors, I guess, is a third place. What percentage of buyback funds now purchase mpDAO under the mpIP 20? The 100%. Yeah. And 50% goes unlocked and the other percent goes locked. So you have the chance to sell if you want, but even any option that you do basically implies a buy and sell action.
Offended.
So yeah,
Remember what I said about all the two streams going into one. That's why everything is going into buying mpDAO.
yeah, and with the buyback program, the net turns positive, so we get more volume, more traction also in the token. So I think it's a very smart way to play, and especially for the ones who are in long term, it's a great opportunity. So the first place now goes with Lucalo and Satoshino, the last outsider of the other Kahoot, start to make some noise. Right Key with the third place and Elon fourth place. There's a lot of room to jump positions, so Under the MPIP 20, what do users receive directly? mpDAO, USDT, NEAR, or ST NEAR? mpDAO. Almost everyone just to fall in the wrong answers. Lucalo still with the first place, Satoshino second place, and there's a new third place. How long must LP tokens be locked in the MPIP 20 beta rewards program? 12 months. Yeah. Make sure to read again the MPIP 20 because I think there's a lot of opportunities there that you will be missing out if you are not aware. And also, you have this governance call if you want to rewatch again, or if you are late, make sure to watch the governance call after this Kahoot. So you will get great insights and great opportunities like this one. Let's go to the next question. Lucalo is still in the first place, Satoshino second place, and Roker fell with the third place. There is Rene that it's jumping places. Watch out. On which platform do LPs lock their tokens for MPIP 20? MetaGield, Aurora Plus, Burrow, or Ria Finance? And the correct answer was Ria Finance. Yeah, we don't have MetaGield anymore. But yeah. Lucalo first place, Satoshino keeps with second place, and Panda is the surprise. Sky Empire is jumping places. Watch out. Which is a direct benefit of the new buyback system? This cap is awesome. And yeah, as we talked before, mpDAO increases volume and liquidity. So more traction, more attention, and more noise for the token. Lucalo is still with the first place, and Rockefeller is pretty close. Dark Knight is a surprise now. You still have opportunities to jump, guys. Seventh question. What does MPIP 19 introduce? A new staking mechanism, a delegate system for voting power, increased rewards for validators, or a reduction of mpDAO supply? If you paid attention, yeah, probably you know a delegate system for voting power. So basically, there's a new streams for the mpDAO holders, and also there's a new opportunity for those who want to make an assertive vote for the governance of mpDAO, but maybe don't have much time to read about the new proposals. So you have the opportunity to delegate your voting power to a dedicated person who will be paying attention of the new upcoming news of NEAR and Meta Pool to choose the best option for the protocol. So, and also share rewards. So that's a great step for our governance. What fee range can delegates set in MPIP 19? 1 to 10%, 5% fixed, 80% full percent, or 0 to 100%?
That is the amount of the delegate can charge for being a delegate.
Yeah, basically you have all the flexibility to set the fees. It could be 100% or 0%. So yeah. Great for the 11 people who are correct. Rockefeller took the first place. Satoshi is still very strong with second place, and Dark Knight with the third place. 4 participants just lost a streak of of correct answers. Don't worry, guys, you still have opportunities. Now, why is MPIP 19 not yet deployed?
Because the developers are lazy.
That should be an option. I love the face of the Mr. Pool. And the correct answer was it has high technical complexity. So yeah, it will require some time, but stay updated to the socials of Meta Pool. You will know when it's done or when will be done, and will be announced for sure. So we will always communicate that. And the first place keeps with Rockefeller, then Satoshino, and Crypto with the third place.
CZ Crypto. We have
Yeah, the
CZ.
the guy from Binance. How many new validators join Node Studio program cohort 2? 32, 64, 45, or 128?
That is difficult. It is full.
Yeah.
Cohort 2 was full. Okay, 64.
Yeah, 64 for the cohort number 2. And the cohort number 3 is upcoming. Make sure to stay updated to our socials, and you will know when you have the opportunity to apply. So Satoshino now with the first place, and Panda with the second place. Rockefeller just lost their position, and Lucalo is coming out of nowhere with the best streak of answers. Put attention to Lucalo. Now we have the 2 last questions. After cohort 2, NEAR reached approximately how many active validators in the all-time high?
I say that number.
Lucio means say the number, so if you paid attention, you know this one. And the number is 370 after cohort number 2. That was, yeah. Rockefeller took the first place again. Congrats. And Satoshino still strong. I think this will be a surprise. What was the mpDAO monthly buyback amount reported? That was in all our social media, so you got this one.
No, that's easy.
And the amount was the exact amount 1.670 million mpDAO. So great for all those who paid attention to our socials, and for those who not, make sure to follow us on X so you will stay aware of everything. And this is the results. The third place goes to Satoshino. Damn, that was a surprise. And the second place to Rockefeller. And the first place goes to another surprise, Dark Knight. Congratulations.
Oh, Batman.
Yeah. Congrats to Bruce Wayne. Make sure, guys, to screenshot this if you are part of the winners, if you are part of the top 10. Comment your screenshot in the post of the governance call, tag Meta Pool, and make sure to repost this. And also don't forget to open your ticket in our Discord to claim your prize. I think that was all from my side, all from the Kahoot part. And yeah, maybe Claudio and Lucio want to give some last words for the community.
Sorry about it, folks. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming in here. again, I think it's been exciting 2025. Is 2026 going to be more exciting? I think we haven't had a year where we haven't had something to discuss, right? And congratulations to Dark Knight. Congratulations to all participants in the Kahoot. But more importantly, a message to everyone that has been with us since day one, right? Thank you very much, Brian, for coming in. And
Thank you,
all the support has been every ounce of support, every GM, every hello, every how are you doing is supporting us day by day, right? We're trying the best to build a system, again, that is at the core benefiting the user, but we cannot leave the system alone as well, right? We need to take care of it. And I think it's an important part of this learning process that we're building with you, right? With each and every one of you. And so thank you very much for a great 2025. There's a couple of announcements coming. Some of them will happen this year. Some of them will happen coming in January. I will be going to Abu Dhabi this Friday. Next week, we'll be having meetings over in Abu Dhabi with folks there. More to come. As I said before, we got 2 products that we built to support us in this mission to facilitate onboarding sovereign individuals from frontier markets, right? And we will continue to drive that. The future is unknown, but we know and we are committed for digital value to be more evenly distributed. And we believe that this is done through by empowering sovereign individuals to tools that accrue value for them, right? But at the end of the day, it's just we're doing this one block at a time, one human at a time, one boat at a time. So thank you very much, everybody, and wishing you everyone a great 2025. And here's to you for a great 2026. Lucio, let's wrap this up.
Yes, thank you everybody for being here, and let's go. The ride continues. This is a very bumpy ride, like all Web3. So be ready. News are coming. Do we need to dance? Bye-bye.
Cheers, everybody.